Today's peak posture is Firefly, which is an arm balance. So expect a little warming sequence, which mainly works on hips and lower back. Props wise, I think all you really need is a couple of bricks for the end of the sequence when we're sort of chilling out, cooling down after all these forwards bends. So roll out your mat, get ready and enjoy. Different than our standard Anjali Mudra, you're going to orb a little bit of space between the two palms. So you can hardly see it, but you know that you're holding this little space between your hands. And you rest your thumbs on your chest and you close your eyes. Imagine that in that space there is a perfect little globe of warm golden light. And you're holding it with great care and attention. In yoga philosophy, we have the concept of Atman, which is true self. And the idea is that within each and every one of us, there's a spark of divinity. And it's the same within me as it is within you. It's a field in which we are all connected and all the same. And it's really normal that this can get covered up or completely forgotten about as we live our busy lives. And the practice of yoga just reminds us back home. Take that little warm orb of golden light and press it onto your chest. Atman is true self. True self before the many layers of stuff that we piled on top of it. And it's accessible, it's available to us anytime we want. Blink the eyes open and then peel the hands away from your chest. We're going to start standing at the front of our mat. So hop on up and walk on up to the front of your mat. Start with the mudra in front of your chest. Spread your toes, root down through your feet and grow tall through the crown of the head. Take a breath in and a nice sigh out. Now see if you can breathe through your nose. And on your next inhale, sweep the arms up above your head. Exhale, fold forwards, Uttanasana, forwards bend. Step the left leg back and away behind you. Nice, long, generous step. You're going to spin your back heel down onto the ground. Turn all of your 10 toes to the long end of your mat and straighten out your legs. So you're in a wide-legged forwards fold. Certainly you could have bricks underneath your hands if that would be useful. And then we're going to see if we can transition straight into Skandasana. So your back foot, your left foot, slightly turns out. You bend that left knee, and then you spin the toes on the other foot up so you're resting on your heel. The hips rock down. Sometimes what will happen is the underneath heel will lift off the ground. That's absolutely fine. If you can't let your hips descend confidently to the earth, don't worry. Somewhere around here would also be fine. Yeah, or you could have your hands on the ground. So some version of Skandasana. Then your hands are moving towards the back of your mat. You spin your back heel up off the ground and level the hips up. Keep your right hand down, spin the left arm up and open and find a twist. Top hand comes all the way down. You step back to plank. Lower the knees to the ground. Take a breath in. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, extend. And again, breathe out. Breathe in. One more, exhale. Inhale. Exhale, come all the way down to the earth. Roll your shoulders back and away, cobra. And then press back, downwards facing dog. And now let's sweep the left leg up and away behind you. Left leg lifts. Exhale, squeeze left knee in towards your nose. Inhale, lift it back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, step left foot between the two hands. And then spin the back heel down. Walk the hands between the 2 feet. Spin the toes to the long end of your mat. It's the same sequence, but we're heading back the way we came. So now it's going to be your right heel that spins in a little, your right knee that bends and goes the same direction as your foot, and then your left heel that spins the toes up as the hips descend. Skandasana may look like this, it may look like this, it may even look like this. Crawl your hands back to the front of your mat, lift the back heel, and this time let's just step forwards. So you're back in Uttanasana. Ardha Uttanasana, slide your hands up your shins, crown of head forwards. Take an extra few breaths here. And then bring the hands back down. Now let's step the right leg back. So again, same sequence, we're just going the other way around the mat. Right heel down, spin right heel into mat. All of the toes move to the long end of the mat. Prasarita into Skandasana. Bend right knee, left heel drops down, left toes spin up. You're traveling towards the back of your mat. The hips and the feet go square and you take the right side of your chest and your right arm to the sky. Both hands down. Step back to plank. Lower the knees or not if you don't want to, if you want it stronger. Exhale, lower half. Inhale. Exhale, half. Inhale. One more, breathe out. Breathe in. And then all the way down into your front. Cobra or up dog. Downwards facing. Now right leg up and away behind you, breathe in. Right knee to nose. Inhale back. Right knee to nose. Inhale back. Right foot steps all the way through. Spin back heel down, toes turn, wide-legged forwards fold. Skandasana, bend left knee, spin right toes up. Coming back to your original front, hips and feet parallel, left arm high. Both hands down. Step on up, Uttanasana, Ardha Uttanasana. 5 breaths. Nice. Now, similar but different. Step your left leg back. Spin the back heel down and now come up into warrior two. From warrior two, Skandasana, so hands together, back foot re-angles and you drop the hips down. You kind of go over the top rather than down across the floor. Bring both hands towards the back of your mat, spin around so that you're level with your hips and your feet, and then go straight back into three-legged dog. So take your left leg up and away, draw the left hip high and bend the left knee. Flip over to wild thing, so drop the left foot to the ground, extend the right toes away long, and then front of the pelvis, up, up, up. Left hand is going to come back down to the ground. Squeeze left knee in towards your chest, and then slide it underneath your body. So your left leg is going all the way underneath you and straight off the long side of your mat. Spin the right heel down, take the right arm up, fallen triangle. And it plant. From fallen triangle, let the hips descend. And then up Upavista Konasana, wide-legged forwards fold. So you might want to raise your seat, you can sit on a cushion, if you like. And then you just edge forwards. It might be a small movement forwards, maybe that you can rest on your forearms. Perhaps you can go further still. Three more breaths. And then push palms, edge back, hands underneath your knees, and you're facing back to the front of your mat. A little bit of fun, you're going to rock and roll. So you exhale to roll back, and then you inhale to rock forwards and up. And quite often there needs to be a few little preparatory rolls. But once you've done a couple of those and just check that it's all right in your spine, you want to land your feet down onto the ground. So the soles of your feet are planting like this. Your knees are going wide and you're reaching your hands forward. So this is the transition position. Yeah, you're going to reach forwards, feet planting, knees wide. It's easier than trying to take your arms on the outsides of your knees. And then you use a little bit of momentum from the roll to get yourself up to stand. So I'll show you the plan. You exhale and you inhale. You got your gymnastics finished there at the end. So very often what happens is that you get stuck around here. That's all right. Imagine you've got a friend pulling you, helping you. And if you haven't got a friend there, then cheat. Use your hands into the ground. Push yourself, push yourself, push yourself, and see if you can get up that way. It usually takes a bit of practice. Come back down into forwards bend. Sliding up to Ardha Uttanasana. And we're heading round the second way. So this time it'll be your right leg that steps back, your right heel that spins down, and let's move through warrior two this time. Ooh. Again, Skandasana, the hands come together in front of your heart. You're rocking your weight back, so the heel's got to come in, the knee bends deeply, and it's your left toes that have spun up now. Keep going around towards the back of your mat, level up the hips and the feet, and spin the right side of your chest high. Bring the right hand down. Take the right leg up and away. Draw the right hip high. And flip over into wild thing so you land the right toes. Your left leg goes long. And the front of the pelvis lifts. Right side comes back again. Your right knee hugs into your chest. So it's just like doing plank. You feed your right foot underneath your body. So it's going all the way off the long edge of your mat. And it's the left side that spins open. So left heel down, left arm up. And then sit down. Again, wide-legged forwards fold. Seated this time. Bhavista Konasana. Raise your seats on a cushion, if you like. Spin around so it's a bit more sociable. You can sit upright, or you can work your way forwards. 8 to 10 breaths. Push into your palms, come back up, hands in underneath the knees and draw the legs back in. If you're sitting on something, move it out the way. And you're going to bring your arms onto the insides of your legs again, but we're not going to rock and roll. Instead this time, see if you can hold onto the outer edges of your feet and just hover your heels off the ground. Soften the shoulders back and away and find your balance. Think of the heart elevating, lifting. And it might be that you can bring the heels up. So I guess this is kind of like happy baby. Maybe even a little further, all the way up high. Again, keep dropping the shoulders, keep lifting the heart. And then bring the heels back in. Great, so we're going to head into our peak posture, which is Tittibhasana, Firefly. There's some variations along the route, as usual. If you feel that you might like to go into a variation, then grab yourself 2 bricks. Because we're going to start in Malasana. We're going to start in a little squatting pose. So you need a space between your feet that's a little bit wider than your hips. You sit down on your bricks, and this is your first little steps towards Firefly. If this has always been comfortable for you, and you feel pretty good about not having the bricks, then come into the full version of the posture. Check in with your wrists, feeling okay? If they are, let's explore on. Here's the plan. You can watch it once and then have a go, or you can just join in straight away. You send your hips up and you bring your shoulders onto the insides of your knees. Hands go behind your heels so that your heels are kind of snuggled into that space between the thumb and the index finger. Then you let your hips descend for a moment and you wriggle 1 foot, 2 feet in towards each other. I think it helps to hook the toes onto each other and then squeeze the legs into the arms. If you can go further, The arms extend, the legs extend. You push through your fingertips, keep squeezing, squeezing. Then to come in, you bend your knees, and you sit back down, and then you give your wrists a little break. We're going to set up into a passive back bend after that. So grab your 2 bricks or your books. And you can either arrange this, where you have the head end higher than the thoracic side. You can even have a lower setting than that. Or on previous videos we've used this equal sign, like that. Yeah, you have them on the same level and they're going widthways. So have a little play around and find which one you prefer to lie back onto. You can do with your legs what you like, soles of the feet together, knees apart, or legs long, extended. I'm just going to take a couple of minutes here to melt. To let the shoulders drop and settle. And perhaps you could guide your attention back into your chest and imagine that that little orb of golden light that you pressed onto your heart is still there. That little orb of golden light that you held at the beginning of the sequence remains within. And like this firefly, you have the ability to switch on that inner light. Let it be bright, clear, radiant. Find your easiest route off of the bricks. Perhaps moving over onto your side, pushing yourself up, and then moving the bricks out of the way. And then you lie back down on your back and bring your left knee in towards your chest. Extend your right leg long and take your left knee over to the right side. So you're coming into a twist. You can leave it at that, or you can take your right hand, hold on to the outer edge of that left foot, and sort of take it up a notch, make it a little bit stronger with the leg extended. Yeah, but it's optional. Be fine to have the knee bent as well. Sometimes it can even feel nice to have something resting underneath the knee. And then pull the focus in the opposite direction to that top knee. Bring the head back. Bring the knee back. Take a little moment midway. And then switch to your second side. So right knee in, left leg lock. Right knee over to the left. Just spread right arm out. Option to have your right leg extended even. Bring the head back, bring the knee back. Little moment, center. Perhaps even press into your feet and just roll your hips up once. And then place the pelvis down and lie down in Savasana. Completely flatten your back, the blanket across you, or any props, bits and pieces that you need to get comfy. And then a deep breath in. And sigh. Feel the breathing deepen. The waves of that breath run down your arms and your legs in the form of some kind of movement. And then one by one, hug your legs back in towards your body. Roll onto your side. Press your way up to sit with the palms together and that little orb of light between them. Within each and every one of us, there is true self, Atma. And occasionally we need to remind ourselves back home. Bow the head, open the eyes, and lift the focus.